because I'm concerned about this country.
I think people want their government back. They're tired of the bureaucrats. They're tired of the politicians stealing us blind.
It is the gross national debt. This is the amount of money that the United States owes and the amount of money that we pay every year in interest.
Over here, we can overthrow the government and have a revolution by voting in a voting booth. People got to get out there, you got to vote, and you got to vote these people out.
I'm mad, just like every other American here, and I came here to fight for my grandchildren because I want them to have the same freedoms that I grew up with.
They want to run 16% of your life. They want to make your choices. It's not a matter of them giving you anything. It's what they're taking from us.
Americans, I'm your host, Allen Hardage. It's great to be back with you tonight. Tonight we've got a special guest, Joel Aaron. He's a community organizer for...
that deserves applause. Thank you.
That's right.
These days, that guy put us on the map this year.
That's right. Joel is the state volunteer coordinator. Is that correct?
State grassroots coordinator
for Americans for Prosperity, and is going to be talking with us tonight about what you guys can do to help bring this country back to our constitutional basis. Now, if you were with us last week, we took you to the DC rally. Joel, you were there with me. We had 2.1 million real Americans there letting their voices be heard and letting democracy ring throughout this country. And tonight we're going to go back to Washington, D.C. and take another look at that. But we're also going to talk a little bit about what the liberals' agenda is where free speech and capitalism are concerned. And then Joel's going to share with you some ways to really irritate some liberals.
And I mean, it really is, Alan, because I mean, we're broadcasting from all over, and we actually happen to be in a home tonight of local community activists, one of my minions.
That's right.
And we've got the family dog on the floor, and it's really amazing. I mean, already since we're broadcasting online, we can report to you that we have beaten the ratings of MSNBC. I mean, inside of about 30 seconds. So I mean, I didn't want to rub it in, Alan, but it's kind of what it is, right?
That's exactly right.
I mean, if you're at a Starbucks right now, we ask that you participate. Basically, turn your volume as loud as you can get. If you're in a commie coffee house somewhere, that's the best you can do for us.
That's right.
Engage. I mean, annoy a liberal, like you say.
Annoy a liberal, educate a socialist, and we'll help you do that tonight. So that's great. Joel's going to be with us throughout the program tonight. I want to make sure that we get all the voices in D.C. heard as quickly as we can. So we're going to go straight to Washington, D.C. with some more of the great interviews we did with the real Americans there in our nation's capital. So let's take a look.
I'm down here because I'm concerned about this country. I've been watching politics for a long time. I was a big follower of Reagan, liked him a whole lot. I turned independent under the Bush years. I was unhappy with how big government got, and it hasn't stopped. And I'm ready for it to stop. I've had enough.
Did any organization or insurance company pay your way here today?
No, sir, they did not. I jumped in a car with my husband, 2 friends, and here we are.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What brings this many people to Washington, D.C.?
I think people want their government back. They're tired of the bureaucrats. They're tired of the politicians stealing us blind. We work hard. We've worked hard our lives. It's the first time in my life I've ever done anything like this. But I'm sick and tired of it. I am ready to clean house. We've got to vote these people out. We've got to get people in that serve people, not themselves. That's what it's all about.
Excellent. Which war did you guys serve in?
I was in Vietnam. I served during Desert Storm. I've been 30 years with the military. And you look back at all the veterans that have served this country and the ones who died. Just go over to Arlington and think about what's going on today and see how you feel about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Teresa, obviously you're a mom with mass.
Yes, lots of it. A lot of it.
So what brought you to Washington, D.C. today?
Just tired of everything that's going on and sitting at home griping about it and deciding, you know what, I need to do something. That's it. So my best friend and my daughter all drove up here from Birmingham.
Awesome.
Had to be heard.
Is the gross national debt. This is the amount of money that the United States owes and the amount of money that we pay every year in interest. It's called a gross national debt. And if you notice from the earlier years on, not once has it ever gone down. We owe the money to China. We owe the money to all these foreign countries. We owe the money to the Social Security system. And if I turn the sign around, I'll show you what it leads to.
Okay. Do it.
And this has been seen in countries around the world for many years. Argentina, Brazil, all these South American countries have gone broke. Mexico, the basket case countries in Africa. And if you remember, Germany after World War I had major inflation. This major inflation that caused the problems that caused World War II. Inflation is caused by the devaluation of your currency, and that's where we're going to go if we have to keep cranking the printing presses and print money that has no backing.
Raymond, what brings you here today?
Well, this is the revolution. I just want to, I'd like to remind the American people that in other countries, if you want to have a revolution, you got to pick up guns and you got to fight it out in the streets. Over here, we can overthrow the government and have a revolution by voting in a voting booth. People got to get out there. You got to vote. And you got to vote these people out before they change what you all don't want them to change.
Where do you think this movement, Raymond, goes from here?
I think it's going to pick up steam. I think it's going to be like rolling downhill. It's just going to pick up momentum, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I believe in my whole heart that you're going to see more and more African Americans coming out in the future, because they're also going to start realizing that they don't want to change either. Most of them, they're not really liberals. Most of the African Americans are conservative at heart, and they're going to come to understand that they're going to have to pay the bills also, and they're not going to want socialism or communism. This guy's pushing some serious stuff through here as quick as he possibly can before he can be stopped, before this momentum takes place, and we can stop him, and just by what we're doing right now. In other countries, you have to kill and blood in the streets to do what we're doing here today, to change your government. People, I think we're doing a great job, and I'll see more people come out.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. This is on the wall of the museum, a museum of news gathering in America. Today, the American people spoke. They let their voices be heard, and yet several news media chose not to follow that. They made lies up, they undercounted people, or they just plain ignored it. American media, let me give you a clear message from the American people. Either do your job, or we'll take your right away from you.